Ever get stuck on, like, what does it even mean for something to exist?
It seems so simple at first, right?
Yeah.
But trust me, we're about to go down a total rabbit hole with this one.
Okay.
So we're diving into some excerpts from METAphilosophy.
And they're all about, like, the core of reality.
How do we know what's real?
Right.
What makes us think something actually exists?
And the coolest part.
They use dreams to kind of kick things off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like that weird world we go to every night might actually hold some answers about, like, existence itself.
I'm intrigued, yeah.
I know, right?
It's a lot. It's a lot to think about.
Okay, so to really get into this, we got to talk about the philosophical zombie.
Oh, yes. This is a fun thought experiment.
Right. And just to be clear, we are not talking about, like, the brain-eating Walking Dead kind here.
No, not at all.
Okay, so no need to board up the windows.
So what is this philosophical zombie thing, then?
All right, imagine a being, and it looks, acts, even talks exactly like a human.
Okay, so basically you wouldn't know it wasn't a person just by looking at it.
Precisely. It goes through all the motions, maybe
Yeah.
grabs coffee in the morning, goes to work, could even be, like, cracking jokes with friends.
So living the dream, or, well, maybe not.
There's a catch, right?
Okay, there's a catch. I knew it.
It has zero inner experience, no consciousness, no feelings.
Whoa.
It's just a perfect imitation.
So, like, going through all the motions but not actually, like, experiencing any of it.
You got it.
That is wild. I mean, I can see why philosophers would think about this, but why a zombie? What does that have to do with something existing?
That is the million-dollar question. So they use this thought experiment to get at something really fundamental. Is there more to us, to existence, than just the physical?
Right, like our bodies and brains and all that.
Exactly. Is consciousness, that inner world we all have, is that what really makes us different from, say, a rock or, our philosophical zombie?
Okay, I'm starting to see where you're going with this. And this is where the metaphilosophy stuff comes in, right?
100%. They want us to really examine what we assume about existence.
Like, what if it's more than we think it is?
Exactly. They say it's not just about being physically present. It's about the power to, like, affect our perception, to make itself known to our senses, our thoughts, even our feelings.
So it's not enough to just be there. It's about what you do to the world around you.
You got it. How we experience something, how it interacts with our own consciousness, that plays a huge role.
So, like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around, does it make a sound?
Well,
Maybe it depends on how you define sound then, right?
you're getting it.
Okay, but how do we measure that impact? How do we know something is affecting our perception enough to count as existing?
Well, they use this example of a stone.
A stone.
Yeah, just a regular stone. It's just there on the ground, right?
Okay.
It's got a certain level of existence. It takes up space. We can see it. We might even trip over it.
Right.
But then you pick that stone up, you feel its weight, its texture, you notice its color, how the light hits it.
It's like it becomes, I don't know, more real somehow.
Exactly. And that right there, that's what they call degrees of existence.
Okay, so the more of an impact something has on us, the more real it is.
Kinda. And it's not just about, like, physical objects. This applies to, well, things we don't usually think of as being, tangible.
Like dreams.
Bingo. They actually say this in the article. Hold on. So is the dream world real to us? Yes, as far as it can affect and alter our perception.
So a dream world, even if it's all in our heads, it can still be real.
It's real to us in that moment, and it can stick with us, right?
No, tell me about it. I've had dreams that, like, messed with my whole day.
Right. So they're saying just because it's a dream doesn't mean it's not real. It's just got, like, a different level of maybe consistency compared to being awake.
Okay, I can kind of see that. Yeah. But how does this all connect back to the zombie thing? We've got stones, we've got dreams, and we've got this being that may or may not even exist. Is there something I'm missing here?
It's all connected, trust me. Remember, our zombie buddy, he's physically identical to us, but no consciousness, right? So if existing is about this power to affect someone's perception, and even dreams, which are, let's be honest, illusions in our own minds, if they can impact our consciousness, what about a zombie just, like, existing in a world full of conscious beings?
Hold on, I think I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
So even without having any consciousness itself, the zombie would still be impacting other people's perception just by being there.
Exactly. Someone might see them, talk to them, even form a whole opinion about them, right?
And all that happens in the minds of the people around the zombie, not in the zombie itself.
Precisely. They're creating these ripples, these effects on the consciousness of others, even without having that inner experience themselves.
So even with zero consciousness, it would still have a degree of existence. Wow, that is kind of a mind-blowing idea.
It is, and it gets even weirder. Metaphilosophy poses this question. If how real something is depends on how strongly we perceive it, what does that even mean for how we interact with the world?
Whoa, okay, hold on, I need a minute to unpack that. So like, our perception, how we see things, that's literally shaping our reality. It's like we're all living in our own little world, and what we see as real is just like our own version of it.
Yeah, it's a very, how do you say, personalized reality?
Totally.
Yeah.
But then that makes you wonder, what about all the stuff we don't see? All the things our senses just miss?
Right. It's like metaphilosophy is saying, hey, don't assume you've got it all figured out.
Because we probably don't.
Probably not. But here's the thing. Even if we can't directly experience those things could still be, like, influencing us.
Because existence is about impact, not just being there.
Exactly. They might be shaping our reality in ways we don't even realize.
Okay, my brain is officially blown. We started with, what does it mean to exist? And now I'm questioning the entire universe.
That's philosophy for you. Takes a simple question and turns it into a whole existential crisis.
In the best way possible.
Of course. But hey, that's why we love these deep dives.
It's true. Okay, so before I spiral off into the void, can we recap the main takeaways from metaphilosophy today?
Absolutely. So first up, existence. It's not just about physically being somewhere. It's about the power to affect, to interact, to leave a mark on consciousness.
Like our stone example.
Exactly. It's not just a lump of minerals. It's the weight in your hand, the way it feels, how the light plays off it. All those things contribute to its existence.
And then there are those intangible things like dreams, memories, even just like really strong emotions. They can be real too, because they impact us, right?
100%. They shape our thoughts, our feelings, our actions. They have a real impact on our conscious experience.
So what metaphilosophy wants us to walk away with is a totally new way of looking at what's real.
Exactly. It's not just about what we can see and touch. It's about how something, anything, can influence our consciousness, even if we don't fully understand how.
Even if we can't perceive it directly.
Exactly. Which brings us to maybe the biggest takeaway of all. What we perceive as reality might be just a tiny sliver of what's actually out there.
Because our senses are limited.
Limited. Think about all the things we know exist that we can't see, like radio waves or microscopic organisms.
It's like there's a whole other world right in front of us and we're just walking around totally oblivious.
And maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty amazing to think about.
That's the truth.
Okay.
Well, on that note, I think I need a moment to process all of this. Maybe go for a walk, look for some philosophical zombies.
Sounds like a plan. And hey, if you find one, let us know.
I will. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into existence, perception, and, philosophical zombies. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.